Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Yahaira and this is Let's Budgets, and on my channel I bring you weekly cash stuffing and budget with me videos. And in today's video it'll be a budget with me for the first half of Logan's last August paycheck, third paycheck of the month, magic month. So you're seeing this in September because we budget his checks weekly. He gets paid bi-weekly, but I split into weekly budgets just to make things easier with regards to spending and whatnot. And so this is going towards also helping pay, like we're saving more, yes, but then we use part of the check to pay bills and variable expenses for the first couple weeks of September. But budgeting that half, and then I also have a little bit of money from Field Agent, one of the apps that I do on the side to earn a little bit of extra money. So for Logan's check, we're budgeting a total of $1,456, and then for Field Agent, it's $56. So we have a total of $1,512 we are working with. Starting off with our bills, pretty light week. Usual as first is my art. That's for my Etsy shop on the side. That's getting its usual $25. Geico is getting $179, and then Nelnet is getting $140. Geico, we're due for renewal in November, so probably next month, sometime in October, we'll find out what our new rate is. Hopefully around the same. Fingers crossed. Nelnet, there might be some exciting news because if you've been here around for a while, you've probably heard me complain about this before, but if you've forgotten or if you're new around here, I've been having this issue with Nelnet since payments have kicked back up last October after all the pauses and everything from COVID, and that finally ended and they started back up. They have not been applying my payments right. So the way to do it is like every other debt collector, where it's not, you know what I mean. Like everyone you owe a debt to, where it pays interest and fees first, and then it pays to principal. My payment of $140. So with the rates that I have on my loan, it's I earn about $80 in interest, give or take a few dollars. And so the $140 I pay every month is enough to pay that $80 and then a little bit towards the principal. But what they've been doing since payments kicked back up is only about $20 goes towards the interest and then the rest goes to principal. So on one hand, it's kind of nice because the principal's been getting paid down faster, which means overall interest accrues a little less every month because it's been getting paid down faster. But the downside is I have at last I checked last week, it's almost $500 worth of interest that should not be there because my payment is more than enough to pay that. So that's just really irritating to me, especially because I'm just like, say, what if for some reason I come into money and maybe I win the lottery and I can pay off my loans tomorrow? Like, how is that going to work? Am I going to be fighting you to be paying off my loans because you're being annoying? And so I submitted a complaint to FSA before, but they just closed it saying that here's some information on payment plans, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that doesn't answer my question. So I resubmitted my complaint again, telling them all that, having this issue. It's been going on. Per their website, this is how it should be applying. It's not being applied like that. Like, this needs to be fixed. And when I've tried calling them, the only thing they offered me at the time when I called was pretty much calling in every single month to fill out some form to have my payment reapplied. I'm like, I should not be having to call you every single month to have my payment applied correctly. So but I got an email from FSA this morning saying that my complaint's been passed off to Nelnet, and so I should be hearing back in 10 days. So hopefully that gets a response or a fix done, because that's just really annoying. And I can't possibly be the only person in their entire system who has been dealing with this. Maybe I'm the only person complaining about it, but I can't be the only person affected by this. But anyways, all that said, we have $344 going to our bills, leaving with $1,168 left over to budget. Coming down to our envelopes this week, we have groceries for $80, Pups is getting $50, Eating Out is getting $60, Fun is getting $30, I'm getting $35, Gas is getting $120, and Costco is getting $30 for a total of $405 going to our envelopes. Which with that, this is part of the reason why tracking your spending, even just sections of it, is very important, because in general, I don't really track our spending across the board, right? But one thing I have been tracking this year was our gas spending, just out of curiosity mainly, right? And so one thing I had been doing monthly, initially I was just seeing entering it every time we got gas, and seeing what we spent monthly. And then I started doing what's our weekly average based on the weeks of the month, right? And so for the most part, I was budgeting $155 every single week for gas. So it's about $660 a month. It's been, I think, a couple months ago, I lowered it for a little bit, and then I had to go back up because prices went back up. But it's always kind of fluctuating, But then when I broke it down bi-weekly, I was pleasantly surprised to find out that the highest month we ever had, I think, was in April. And even then, the most we spent was 140 a week on average. Like, we had one week where we spent like 155, but like when you evened it all out across the weeks, it was about 140 and some change. But since then, we spend about, like, last month and this month, it's September, not August. July and August, we spent about $100 a week. And before that, we were mostly around 120. I think 1 or 2 months was around 130, but anywhere between 100 to 130 seems to be our average. Just that one outlier month when price got really bad, where it was 140 a week. I keep saying a month, it's by a week. And so what that tells me is I could definitely lower our gas budget by at least $60, like at the high end. But I mean, if things continue how they are, like even just around where they are, I could lower it even more. So I'm like, if I base that on the last 2 months, I could do about $100 a week, but that makes me nervous. So I think 120 is our sweet spot, because if anything, what I could do is what I've done in the past is if I see we have a buildup in the envelope, the next week I can go ahead and just top it off, and then put the extra towards somewhere else that week and just kind of go with that. So I think 120 would pretty much be our safe bet of what we're spending based on what we've spent so far in the last 8 months of this year. So fingers crossed stays there, but that freed up a good chunk of money just doing that. So that'll be a nice change. We won't see the full change, I think, until October, because I already planned out September, so I was kind of like, let's leave September how it is and then make the change in October. So yeah, we'll see that. Cool. I'll be increasing our eating out envelope a bit, and then the rest will go to savings. But yeah, so your total of $763 left over to budget. So coming over to our sinking funds, it's a busy week for our sinking funds, and I'm nervous right now because Rock is walking around. Okay, there he is. He was walking around my tripod, so I was nervous he was gonna hit it. Starting off with and there he goes. He hit it. Rocco, move. Scooch. There you go. Good pup. Okay, and we're back. Probably at a slightly different angle because Rock bumped into my tripod. But starting off with sinking funds, Christmas is getting $279. Weird number. Like, I don't normally do this, but I'm finishing off this fund. That was my exciting part about the 3-month paycheck, or the 3 paycheck month, is we got to finish Christmas. I thought we were going to finish it until November, but thankfully things fell in line and we were able to do it sooner. Electronics getting $50 this week. That most of the extra that I cut off from gas went to electronics. We have a little bit of a debt that we're cleaning up there, but almost done. It'll be done by the end of September. And then clothes is getting its usual $5. Lambeau Field's getting $71. I guess it's usual $15 that I give it every single week, plus all the money that I made from Field Agent is going to that trip. And then we have our August savings challenge getting $15. That'll finish up that challenge. Our medical sinking fund's getting $250. Car maintenance is getting $50. Our new car fund's getting $3. And then last but not least, my CFP fund, which is like my financial planner stuff. It's covering more than just my CFP stuff, but it's just my catch-all now for my financial planning stuff. That's getting $40. So you have a total of $763 going to our sinking funds, meaning everything's got a job, everything's got a place, and we're all good. This is a longer than usual one, just because I was talking to you guys about changes and updates or whatever. But if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps my channel. And I'll do this again later this week for our cash stuffing. Bye.